Good evening and welcome. Welcome to a very exciting edition of the program here. Liberia First On Ht Talk. Tonight we have a special edition as we play host our special guest from the WEAH intellectual movement. Already in studio with us here is Assistant Minister Boyka Fofana, Jacob Jala, and of course Councillor Kanio Bagbala, all from the nation's capital, Monrovia, Liberia. We're going to be talking about the WEAH intellectual movement. How did they come to be? What's their goals, their aims and objectives for these elections coming up October 10th, 2023. They will be taking your calls as well, your questions, your concerns, as we all chip in to sustain them. It's a fundraiser, also live fundraiser, one-day fundraiser here on this platform. You ask for it, you have it. Tonight's broadcast is dedicated to a number of folks celebrating their birthdays, anniversaries, and special milestones. Talking about the big brother, Samuel Jackson, there in Monrovia. You have it from the Zulu Queen and myself here in studio. My cousin, THERESA J. Arnold of Indianapolis, Indiana. Comfort SARPEE, Josephine PENNUE, Thomas Zebi BEYAN, Charles Newton, Stephen Ray Wilson, Dave KULEE, Richard GOWGOW, KAYDEA of Minnesota, SUSANNA WAYLEE, BARBY JINLACK, and for all of you celebrating your birthdays, anniversaries, and special milestones, we say congratulations to you. This broadcast is dedicated to you as well. So hey, invite someone, like the page, follow the page, and be my guest. First in the queue here tonight, Emmanuel Tier, Dennis Manko, Vera Marshall Kaido, Musuwabi Cooper from Australia, Morris A.M. Jabate. It's been a while since I've seen you. Welcome. Okay. Invite someone, like the page, follow the page. Thanks to all of you that have shared already. Morris A.M. Jabate, Dennis Marco, thanks for sharing. It's exactly 76 days until October 10, 2023, general and presidential elections. Where will you be? A special edition on here tonight as we donate to the WEAH intellectual movement. You can begin sending your donations to, you know the numbers, 313-957-9702. Our guests are already in studio, so we're going to welcome them with a beautiful song here.
The thing you doing, then I ever all the road you facing, then I ever all the light you bringing, then I ever I say, then I ever so never me and you, I Opposition, vision, yes, our mission, yes, our vision. We up the mountain, we down the valley, we get invest because we there. We up the mountain, they down the valley, they get invest because we there. Hallelujah. So we are the man in the land, and we live in the Lord is good. forevermore. So we are my preso in the land that we live in, the Lord is good forevermore. Opposition, the royalty for us, we show paparazzi, the royalty for us, we show 1 o'clock, the royalty for us, we show. Opposition, you're not able, they're not capable. They're not able, they're not capable. The thing you doing, they're not able, they're not capable. The road you facing, they're not able, they're not capable. The light you bringing, they're not able, they're not capable. I say, they're not able, they're not capable. And you say, I'm on the go, I say, I'm on. I say, and you say, I'm on the go, I say, I'm on. Everybody talk about we are, talk about we are, talk about baby. I say, talk about baby. Moto, no problem. Moto, no problem. Moto, no problem. Moto, no problem. We are moto, no problem. Our moto, no problem. Initial moto, no problem. All right. Rena. I want everybody make some noise. We will hold our hands. We will hold our vote. Mommy, what I carry opposition. We will hold our hands. We will hold our hands. We will hold our vote. Mommy, what I carry opposition. We will hold our hands. Opposition, you're not able, they're not capable. They're not able, they're not capable. The thing you doing, they're not able, they're not capable. The road you facing, they're not able, they're not capable. The light you bringing, they're not able, they're not capable. I say, they're not able, they're not capable. Sogozo, CDC, Sogozo. CDC Sogozo, CDC Sogozo, CDC Sogozo. Patio bati. We tell them to lead the things. We tell them to lead the things. CDC getting bigger. Right, praise.
That's right.
We also do appreciate the jury outside. Yes, CDC family. We also do appreciate the jury outside. Yes, CDC family. We also do appreciate the jury outside. Yes, CDC family. We also do appreciate the jury outside. Yes, CDC family. We also do appreciate the jury outside. Yes, CDC family. We also do appreciate the we also, I say we also, citizen people also, we also. No matter what they say, no matter what they do, Liberian people love you, yeah. We don't know what they want from you, eh. They bring the question, Papa, you balance all the equation. Without the calculator, they bring the just in. You keep on giving the checkmate, keep on giving the checkmate. Even though you lose a coin, you keep on giving the checkmate, keep on giving the checkmate, keep on giving the checkmate. Liberia people love you, Liberia people appreciate you. We will celebrate and jubilate, we will appreciate you. No matter what they say, no matter what they do. See this shit, love you, everybody love you, marketeers love you, all the students love you, we outside, see this shit outside, we outside, to appreciate you, we outside, to appreciate you, we outside, see this shit outside, we osa. Sedition osa, we osa. We osa. Everybody osa, we osa. We osa. Marketeers osa, we osa. We osa. All the students osa, we osa. We osa. All the old man osa, we osa. We osa. All the pape osa, we osa. We osa. Mekubejere osa, we osa. We osa. We osa osa. Sedition osa. We osa osa. Sedition osa. Mekubejere osa, we osa. CDC family. We also do appreciate the
Again, if you just joined us here, this is a beautiful, beautiful show coming to you from Detroit, Michigan. We have our special guests already lined up in studio. Momentarily, we'll go up to them from the nation's capital, Monrovia, Liberia. Deputy Minister Bwaka Fofana, the Honorable Jacob Jala is also here. And of course, the Councillor Kanio Bala.
All the professionals, or you can even buy all the defenders. Hey, when we're too ready, you will give me Isa Osa. When we're too ready, you will give me Ziki Zaga. In the past, you know where you care about of doing. You did it in the past, you did it in the present, you can do it for our future, yeah. Hey, when we're too bad, Ziki Zaga. We're too bad, I give me Isa Osa. We're too bad, Ziki Zaga. We're too bad. We get Isa Osa, Isa Osa, and Ziggy Zaga. Isa Osa, we get Isa Osa, Isa Osa, we get Ziggy Zaga. Bakujere Osa, we Osa, CDC family. We also do appreciate.
We also, the man Prince Car with that beautiful, beautiful song. We also, CDC children also, Mobile Molu children also, Bakukbe children also, Joa Howard Taylor children outside. The Liberian people are outside.
We also go appreciate children outside. CDC family. We also go appreciate our leader. Praise.
So, folks, again, good evening to you and welcome. Welcome. It's Tuesday, July 25th, the day before my 26th on every one of you. So we say welcome to you. Happy 26th in advance, wherever you find yourselves. Australia is already celebrating July 26th. So we say congratulations to them in Australia. And we got a great show for all of us here tonight as we featured and play host to the WEAH intellectual movement led by the Deputy Minister and Chairman for the group, Bwaka Fofana, assisted by Mr. Jacob Jala and Councillor Kanio Bala. They are all here to talk to us tonight about the WEAH intellectual movement, their goals, their objectives towards these elections come 2023, October 10th. Also, it's a fundraiser to help sustain this group on here tonight. You know how we do it here at the GHT and the Concerned Liberian Network. A shoulder to lean on. And so we'll be calling on you to make your humble, generous donations to this group. Okay. Just to remind you also that the CLN Global Convention, first global convention, kicks off this Friday in Minnesota, Anoka, Minnesota. You want to be there. Okay. Elections are about numbers, are numbers game. Preparations made, messaging, voters' perceptions, and takeaways the world over. Liberia is no exception. Why are Liberia's opposition figures claiming a first one-round victory in October elections when they can't amass the crowd? Who have shown preparedness to win? Who have shown preparedness to win? I'm on the show. Mr. Gamer, you're gonna have to come backstage. I'm on the show with the We Are Intellectual Movement. So you want to come on backstage and join us there on the Zoom if you can. If not, I'll keep you on the phone and you can participate on the phone. Yeah. Okay. Why are Liberia's opposition figures claiming first one-round victory in October elections when they can't amass the crowd? Who has shown preparedness to win in October and why? Whose messaging is resonating with the people, i.e., Dagogo's, Joseph the Sleeper, and he never put his hands up one day? Is the ANC and Alexander Benedict Cummings Jr. any factor in these elections? For these and many others, we're going to be talking to the team here. Let's bring everybody on. And Minister Fufana, good evening. How are you? I'm great. I'm great. How you doing? I see you are you are cruising. You are cruising, going home.
Trying to get home.
Right.
I hope that this conversation will probably have been had home. So I get all that I need to ensure that I reach on time. But you know, today is the eve of 26.
Right.
There's been a lot of different traffic situation around the city.
Right.
So regardless of the different routes that I took, it was still a little bit difficult. So I'm managing to be all.
Okay. All right. But stay safe. Stay safe and focus on the steering as well. You have two distinguished. Absolutely. Let's go to Mr. Jala, Jacob Jala. Kanyo Bala. Yeah, yeah, Jala, welcome.
Can you hear me?
Loud and clear. Lima Charlie.
Yeah, many thanks for the opportunity to join you today. Yeah, I expected that the discussion will start at 8, so I'm sorry for the video. I will come try to sort the video out.
Okay.
So I come live on. But please, because of bandwidth issue, maybe I'll just do audio for now. So that my internet doesn't get disrupted by that until I can switch to a better network. Well, in any case, I'm happy to be on your show today. It is a pleasure. We're very glad as the WEAH Intellectual Movement
Right.
for this opportunity. Many thanks.
You're welcome. You're welcome there, Mr. Jala and Councillor Bala. Kanyo Bala. Good evening to you. How you doing?
Good evening to you. Can you hear me very well?
Yes, we do. We do hear you.
So I will put on a video for but like Jacob said, tonight seems to be heavy traffic. You know, this is the eve of the Independence Day.
Right.
So apparently, can you hear me?
Yes, we are getting you. We are getting you. We are hearing you.
Yes, because today is the eve of the Independence Day.
So
So I think internet traffic is high. So even when I try to like put the video on, I've been going off.
you better going off. Yeah.
So I'll put it on for a bit. Yes, I'll put it on for a bit. I'm here seated, but then the bandwidth also tends to interfere with the clarity. But can you hear me where you are?
Yes, we'll get to you loud and clear. Everybody hears you on the radio as well as on YouTube, on Facebook. You are loud and clear. Every one of you are coming in loud and clear.
Okay, because from our side, it's looking here like, and we're trying to connect. There are times we can disconnect. I've been connecting, and then they will just tell me that the internet is disconnecting. So, I mean, before we start, what I would like to say is, I think we may have to have another conversation. We're going to go ahead with this conversation.
Right.
We'll probably have another conversation at the most ideal point. But Yes, thank you so much, Papa.
No doubt about that. This platform is all yours. We can always bring you back, but let's use the time we have for now. So, Minister Fofana, talk to us here about the We Are Intellectual Movement. For someone who do not know what is what is it all about, tell us here what is the We Are Intellectual Movement. How did it come to be? How do
And I
you?
want to thank you so much for the opportunity.
Yeah.
It is. Sorry, I was just a little bit distracted.
Right.
But the We Are Intellectual Movement is a collection of different, men and women of various spheres of society. Some of whom are in government, others are out of government, but they are, united by something very similar. Something that is common to all of them. All of them are extremely excited and enthused by the level of developments taking place in Liberia, that they feel compelled to come out in their numbers, regardless of where they sit in society. So just, defend the government of Liberia under the leadership of His Excellency, President George M. Weah, because there's been a group of people ever since 2018 who have been united in their desire to just build disinformation. We've never had this experience before. The experience of having a whole group of people that were in power dislodged and a new group of people come there. That experience had not been had for the last 73 years. And so that was part of a major experiment. And so ever since that experiment, there's been all kinds of different lies and false narratives in Liberia. And
Right.
folks like you who are in the diaspora have been, the ones confronting this, trying to correct some of these lies. Firstly, there was the 16 billion lie. Somehow folks have pervaded this false narrative that a container full of 16 billion United States dollars came on a ship. It came to Liberia. We had to work with our U.S. partners and all of that, and fix that. How do we work with our U.S. partners? We contacted the embassy. They recruited an international firm called
Crow.
through UC. That firm sort of at the end of the investigation is found out that there was no such amount of money that the Justina Taylor lie. There was the Jerome Berger lie recently. There's been all kinds of different lies.
All kinds of lies.
This has been this has been perpetuated mainly on social media, where everybody with a smartphone, broadcasts to tens of thousands of people. They've inundated the statutory agency that should be responsible for correcting these kinds of lies and false narrative and all of that. To some extent, it would seem as if that their narrative is the fight. But since the We Are Intellectual movement came about a couple of weeks ago, the momentum has shifted.
Okay.
The likes of Councillor Kanye Bagbala, the likes of Jacob Jella, the likes of Winfred Bangura, the likes of Isaac Doe, the likes of Aaron Weah, and a whole host of different people have come out, quite passionately to dispel these lies. So a lot of people are beginning to understand, say, but I had a friend who had been quite a strong supporter of the opposition Unity Party, and that person called me up today. I said, bro, you got to get me a T-shirt of win because it seems as if momentum has shifted to you guys.
No kidding.
So today we're also on a lot of different stations across the country. And that has been the case ever since the formation of the We Are Intellectual movement. We've established county chapters. We are establishing county chapters. We've established university chapters. And we're moving on to just correcting these
these false information that have perpetuated the public space for quite a long time. And, you know, folks within government, folks in civil society, the marketers, the young boss, and all of that,
right,
they appreciate the kind of work we're doing. We've been inundated with requests for peace.
Minister Fofana?
Yeah.
I think Minister Fofana should maybe switch off his video because again it's raining in Monrovia and the bandwidth is not supporting video, so maybe he should do audio.
Okay, but Jala, you want to take from there from where he stopped?
Yeah. Basically, yeah, I was following him, but I was just about the just add a comment or two about the essence of the group.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Add to what Waka was just saying. What's the purpose? What's the objective? You know, what is the rationale behind this? Why we thought as Liberians to come together in this very important electoral time. And these are historic moments in Liberia electoral history.
Right.
Elections is what I think you were just saying.
76 days away now. 76 days away.
76 days. Yeah, it's quite close now. That's less than even 3 months. So, it's a lot of excitement in Monrovia. A lot of Liberians are looking forward to this very, very crucial democratic decision. And we don't take, this democratic for play. We take it so seriously.
Right.
And so, Liberians coming together, we saw the need to participate in a very, very critical historic moment in the history of our country. We could have just say, okay, maybe let's sit on the sidelines, let's do our private work or get focused on what we're doing and then see how things play out. But as active citizens, we don't think that will be the justifiable role to play, especially when the heart and soul of the republic is on the line.
Right.
So from that background, we said, well, let's come together and support the re-election bid of JOSEPHINE and WEAH under the ambience of the WEAH intellectual movement, and for a number of different reasons. But one of the critical reasons I will expand on, because Waka have covered some already, with some of the transformative to happen in our country. We are for development. We are for progress. We are Liberians to see our country continuing to transform, to do better.
Right.
We have to continue to support investment in critical infrastructure. We've seen a lot of investment in roads. We know the connection of we know the benefit of, for example, road infrastructure to economic development. These are things from our field we refer to as, these are infrastructure we refer to as economic infrastructure.
Right.
So we're talking about roads because they have the potential to expand jobs, to put, agriculture centers. It helps to create industrial development, expand industries. I mean, you know so well, more than some of us who maybe younger parents. If you go all the way back to history, we started to see the development and expansion of the Liberian industrial base. As a young man, I used to like to travel around the Somalia tribe. You see chicken soup factory, matcha factory, all kinds of factories were coming up along those lines, paint and all of that. This country in the past, we had a strong economic base. We were doing manufacturing, and Togo was doing a lot of great progress along those lines in terms of
building an industrial base in the Liberian economy and creating jobs. When the war came, that destroyed that important economic pillar. And Mr. We have said over and over, the president has said over and over in all of his annual message, and he has been able to match that promise with action.
Correct.
So we need to go back there. We need to build the new Liberian private sector. We need to expand industries. We need to expand manufacturing. We need to get Liberians back to work. So to do that, a number of enablers have to fall into place. One will have to be roads infrastructure. So you see big investment in that. We also have to invest in electricity infrastructure. More and more Liberians are getting on the national grid.
Right.
The cost of electricity has gone down. And even cost for businesses who want to access electricity is falling down below household prices. So we have to continue to support the president in that endeavor to expand those critical sectors, roads, electricity, but also even ports. There's been this big program to continue to improve some of the weaknesses we've had in services provided by the Rabat International Airport. The president the other day was on the Invisible Bank, and he announced that there are plans by the government to continue to also invest in the Springfield airport. So we have to continue to also invest in our airports infrastructure. Seaports also, a lot of work has been done in the Sino port to expand the ports, the Freeport of Monrovia, APM terminals. You look at reviewing of the contract. Our capacity has been enhanced in that area. So I as somebody who have deep interest in economic development, these are critical sectors when I see the president moving the weight of policy behind those areas to expand investment there. I see, a great deal of prospect down the road.
Right.
And we make progress in that. We need to continue to support the president to continue that investment with his re-elections. And then we will begin to see more and more jobs come. A lot of jobs have been provided, but we have to continue to do more. The president has this big thing to continue to invest in technical education. We need to get a lot of our young people back into TVET schools so that we can get them ready to participate in the industrial growth that is coming. So it's a whole range of investment that's happening in all different sectors, getting human capital, human beings ready with the skills, also investing in the right infrastructure, getting ready to expand agriculture. So why not continue to support, in that endeavor to continue to deepen and expand those programs so that young people can have jobs and we can be able to really deliver prosperity for our people. So we want to support that. We want to support the president to deliver on that, and he has to get re-elected to continue to roll the package of measures that will really unlock the enormous potential that this economy that this country possesses.
Thank you very much, Mr. Jala. Before I bring on Councillor Bala, tell us a little bit about who is Jacob Jala. Let the people know. Yeah, let the people know who is Jacob Jala.
Okay, so I will just briefly say what is about me. I mean, a few things about me. I thought that the focus would be on His Excellency George Manuel. We are here, and the programs we thought to do. So I'll just briefly, Jacob Jala, of course, is a Liberian. My formative years from the university, became a student leader at the University of Liberia. Grew through the ranks and file of the student movement, and we even became the president of the Universal Liberia Student Union in 2011. And a range of different roles. I also played the Liberia National Student Union in the Federation of Liberian Youth. So yes, I've been the youth and student leader for many years. And then of course left the student movement, graduated from the University of Liberia with a degree from the University of Liberia. 2011 graduated, worked for a while at the Ministry of Youth and Sports on the youth skills training programs.
and then later in 2014 went to the United States, and did a graduate education in California. Since then, returned back to the country, and I've worked in international development for the past 5 years on a range of different development projects, UNDP, RTI, USAID related programs. So yeah, I'm a development specialist, and also right, I continue to support the government, President WEAH, the work of the Minister of Finance. He's a very close friend, and we've been supporting macro level reform program, and then trying to really deliver prosperity for the Liberian people under the able leadership of Judge WEAH. So that is me for now.
Thank you very much. Folks, if you just joined us here, this is How Talk FM 107 and the global stage. The program, Liberia First on GHT. We are in conversation with the WEAH intellectual movement. We have three distinguished gentlemen that have joined us here from Monrovia. You just heard from Mr. Jala, Jacob Jala. Let's go to Councillor Kanio Bala, also from Monrovia. Councillor Bala, welcome. How you doing?
Thank you very much, Mr. Gilman. Thank you for having us on your platform. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Thank you. Thank you. I'd like to apologize that I've tried severally to join the conversation from Zoom, so at least that we could be seen. But apparently the bandwidth here, not only is it low because it is raining, but also the traffic on the eve of the independence is also weighing down on the bandwidth, I believe. So that's why we couldn't join. So we've done all of this, and I'm so happy that you were able to connect me via WhatsApp. So it's a pleasure to be here.
No doubt. Welcome. Let's get your take on the establishment or creation of the WEAH intellectual movement. What you hope to achieve?
Well, I'll say this, and firstly, I would like to give particular thanks to a colleague of mine, Mr. Isaac Doe. Isaac is Deputy Minister for Youth at the Ministry of Youth in Liberia.
Right.
And Isaac bears the original idea for the formation of WIM. Isaac conceptualized this, and Isaac took on the responsibility to reach out to all of us who were in government. Not that we didn't have similar passion to say, can there be an organization of everyone to support the president? We did have that. But Isaac was the organizing energy that brought all of us together and said, let's have a conversation. And he started a conversation, pulled a number of people in, pulled me in. At the time, as you may know, I was still at the Liberia Anti-Corruption Commission. For various reasons, I could not be involved with political activities.
Right.
But once my mandate ended and I was transitioning, Isaac reached out to me because he had also reached out to Boykai Fofana and others, and he said, there is a burning need for us to come together and tell the success story of President WEAH, because we all are young people. President WEAH gave us an opportunity to serve in government for the first time ever in our lives, to serve in spaces where we would not have dreamed of serving. So it's important for us to tell the story of our experience and about what President WEAH has achieved. And I'm so happy today that we have come together, we have established a leadership of the WEAH intellectual movement. We have pulled a lot of people to join us. Over 50 very serious people are associated with this movement and supporting us. I don't want to start to call names,
right?
Because if I forget someone, it will look like I'm just singling out somebody. But there are so many people. We have established chapters at serious universities rather that are growing as we speak. And all of them are excited about this initiative. And it will interest you to note that everything we've done has never been supported by government. There is now government money. Government has not allocated any funds to do us. Every one of us here have continued to chip in.
Yeah.
Some very big from their own little resources, some very small, some through their time, some through their energy, some through their ideas. But everyone continues to chip in, realizing that President WEAH has done so much for this country.
Correct.
And those of us who he privileged to serve will not sit down and see what he has done go down the drain without telling the Liberian people about what has happened. That's why WIM was formed. That's why we are here. And that's why we're asking people in the diaspora to help us. Because we don't have the money. Look, we are doing this out of donations from Liberians who believe in President WEAH and what he has done, because the evidence is there to show. And that's why we thank you so much, Mr. Gilman, for giving us the opportunity to appeal to our brothers and sisters in the diaspora to support us so that the message can continue to be told, so that they can get the true information, so that they don't get propaganda, so that they don't hear people lie to them 16 billion got missing when no 16 billion got missing. And people lie. And they say the government is corrupt. So that people don't lie to them, put people in the street and send them pictures. Right? It's important for people to hear the real information. How can we do that? The government will not take government. There are different organizations, some of the super PACs, different groups that come together that support ideas they believe in. They support it, they fund it, and they have a voice. We are not just saying for money. We are saying give us your money and be a voice in this country for what you believe in, because you believe in the leadership of President WEAH. And that is the reason why WIM has come into being.
Right. Well, folks, again, if you just joined us here, this is a special edition. I see some of you are asking whether this is the new slot, the new time for the show. This is a special edition, and because we are hosting people from Liberia, we have to come on a little early, stop everything we were doing, come on a little early to host them because of time difference as well. It's pretty much late in Liberia. There is after 10 o'clock, as you can see. They are here with us to talk to us about the WEAH intellectual movement, WIM for short. I have my colleague on here with me, Mr. Jerome Game, have joined us to help shape the conversation here. Mr. Game, welcome to you. How you doing?
Thank you very much. Doing well. I'm in Florida. We are doing well here. Great to hear the young folks. It looks like when we talked about like-minded people, what they were thinking about are some of the things that we have been talking about for the past 4 years.
Right.
And I'm glad that they bring it to fruition. And hopefully, Mr. Bala, when you and Mr. Fofana and Mr. Jala, when you are on here, and folks ask you, we know this is about the president, but me as a former CEO of the United Way, when folks come to apply for millions of dollars, we want to first of all know who you are, whether you are qualified to speak on the subject matter for which you want funding. So if you want to talk about the president and his agenda, it would behoove us to ask you who you are. It doesn't mean we want to question your capabilities or your intellectual weight, but those who are listening to whom we will be appealing, they want to know that these guys really understand the subject matter and they know what they are talking about, and they are in line with what we are trying to do. One of the questions that I want to ask Mr. Obala is, in contemporary politics in Liberia, you are city-based. I spoke to a young man by the name of Hector Maluba. He's the president of the Rural Radio Association. And he is saying that you guys are not doing much in that particular area, in that particular segment. And they believe that the president's victory is 100% dependent on the rural area, not just the cities. So my question to you is, have you made a Rural Radio Association of Liberia a partner? Are you reaching out to them? If so, how?
Thank you very, very much, Mr. Gilman, for that question. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Yes, yes.
Thank you. The colleague who shared with you his view about our limited impact in the rural areas spoke well. That's why we have come here. We have not come here to lie. We have not come here to share propaganda. We have come here to share the truth about what President WEAH has done, to share the challenges that stand in the face of achieving transformational change under President WEAH, and to seek your support to go beyond. I have been speaking to radio stations just as I'm speaking to you in Grand Bassa. I've spoken to people in Nimba. I've spoken to people in other parts of the county. Do we want to make it a coordinated affair where we have our voices there speaking the truth about development, dispelling the lies about our president? We want to. But do we have the resources to do so? No, we do not. The WEAH intellectual movement is not a government entity. It does not have a budget. There is no appropriation or allotment being made in the state budget. Some of us have worked for government. I say have because I no longer work for government, because I tendered my resignation to the president. And I said, I'm tendering this resignation because I want to campaign. I want to be on the forefront of speaking about what I know that he has done for our country, and not to allow lies to pervade the information sphere. That's what we are doing. There are people here who don't work for government. They work for international organizations, they work for civil society, and they are a part of the WEAH intellectual movement. People in government, outside government, make their contributions to ensure that we are online, that we are on air. When we speak to you today, it's on my own data, it's on my own phone, it's on my own device. All of the guys who you see connecting, spending time, they are not doing this because somebody has given them money to bankroll this. They're not being paid extra. So yes, the person who spoke to you about the need to spread the information in the rural areas spoke well. We are doing it, but we are not doing it as far and as wide as we could do it. That's why we are on this platform. I know for a fact, because I studied in the US many years ago. Maybe not so many, because I left graduate school in the US in 2015, law school, and I observed American politics. And I know that people spend money, they organize arrangements. Am I still there?
You are loud and clear.
They organize arrangements, super PACs, where they fund ideas that they support so that they have a voice in policy making. It should be no different in Liberia. Our people in the diaspora, our families in the diaspora should be prepared to stand up and support what they believe in. And they should be prepared to be on record for supporting what they believe in.
Correct.
So that tomorrow we can say, by record, these are the people who stood up at a time and said that they support a government that will bring change, that has brought change to this country. And we'll show the record of that support. And we'll be there to champion the record of that support. That is why we are here. We're not all across the country, but we could be all across the country. We have no vehicle. We use our own vehicles to go from point to point. We use our own airtime to call. We do all of these things because we know what President WEAH has done. He gave most of us our first opportunity and shot at government. And people who think we were undeserving are undeserving, think that they can stop development from going on. That's why we are doing this. And that's why we need all of your support.
Great.
I also want to point out.
Yeah, go ahead, Jala. Yes, go ahead. Go ahead.
This is Fofana.
Who?
I also, as I'm driving.
Oh, Baka Fofana. Yeah. Yeah, go ahead.
I've been in a bit of the traffic ever since, and I'm still moving on. But I also just wanted to point out. First, I want to thank my colleague, Councillor Bala, for laying that wonderful premise. But I wanted to add that, there's been this notion that the folks that support President George and we belong to a certain demographic. And that demographic, have been people that they deem, that are not befitting of the leadership of the country.
Correct.
They regard them as slum dwellers. They regard them as people who are unenlightened and all of that.
Yeah.
So the WEAH intellectual movement came about as a result of some of those false notions, to dispel those.
Yeah.
Because, it consists of men who, you heard Councillor Bala talked about the fact that he went to school in the U.S. We also have Jacob Dalla, who went to school in the U.S. We have a number of different folks who have gone through graduate school, and have attained remarkable, different accomplishments. But that's not the intent, because some of the times when we highlight these points, it tends to rebuff or people. So what we normally would say would be those people that want to be part of the WEAH intellectual movement are people who are very much passionate and happening in the country and just want to make a change. They want to change the lives,
right?
Change the narrative. And that's why we came together. That's why you have this collection of different men. Now that we've come together, we are strapped in terms of cash. We have some of the folks who also believe in our vision and aspirations. I'm driving and then doing this, so a lot of different people call me. I'm trying to
right.
With that.
Right.
But yeah, they've led their support in the last couple of weeks and all of that. But they can only do so much. So we embrace this opportunity. We relish it on the part of Kide Hard Talk, Gilman, whom I've met, when
in DC, right?
For the meeting at Gilman there, and I think he and I share some of this vision. So when Isaac brought it about, we bought it immediately. Isaac being the deputy minister of the Ministry of Youth and Sports.
Youth and Sports.
He said, gentlemen, all of you have talents in different areas. Your talent has to do with communications, but you are in different spheres, different areas. So one of the things you could do is to amass these different talents, now that we are going to elections, and then bring them to bear to assist His Excellency the President. And so, I bought into that immediately. We called on a lot of different folks. Councillor Bala bought it as quickly as possible, and then we came to, and we've been doing this with our own resources. So, the fellow there was talking about we need to show grasp of the situation. Come on, look, the kind of people with AMASS are people who have been in Liberian politics for quite a while. These are people who are at the echelon. First and foremost, I need not emphasize or belabor the point that Councillor Bala made about, his mode of schooling. I need not belabor the point out earlier about, Jala, but also Bangura, and a lot of different folks who are members of the WEAH intellectual movement. These are solid individuals academically. So, when we talk about having a grasp of the situation, that is, but besides that, they have a depth of experience in Liberian politics. Jacob, for instance, was an assistant minister. Councillor Bala is the deputy, chair of the LACC. I am the Isaac Doe is deputy minister. So when we're talking about depth of knowledge and all of that, as far as Liberian politics is concerned, these are the kind of folks you want to talk to. So I know people listening to this platform. I just want to urge you. If you are a supporter of President George M. Weah and you've been hearing all kinds of lies, I'm sure you might some of the times log on to social media and just get a little bit disgusted by the level of pettiness, either coming from folks in Liberia or people in the diaspora. Because some of the times these lies and all kinds of different insults are perpetuated by people in the diaspora as well. And it's quite unfortunate. I've talked to a few friends in the diaspora, and you wonder why it's not the case. But I think just had sort of a bad notion about their country. They just think so negatively. They think everybody lives in a squalid condition.
Right.
They look so condescendingly on everybody else, that lives in Liberia. They think we are beggars and stuff like that. And the very notion that a Liberian is doing better than a person in the U.S. will sort of elicit the view that they are corrupt. I mean, come on now. Councillor Bala or myself, we work for money. We were able to buy a plot of land and build a house. The fact that we work in the government of Liberia doesn't mean that we're automatically corrupt. But that is unfortunately the kind of equation that is usually made by some of our brothers and sisters. And we subscribe unfortunately.
It is unfortunate.
So we are here today to basically say that the government, like the Liberian government, have come of age. We are more a democratic nation now ever since the end of the Civil War. Even if there are some semblance of corruption, which is age-old, this is a systemic thing that has happened since Charlie Kintan, since J.J. Rabotan. The WEAH administration is instituting measures to combat these things. For instance, we've created, we've given the LACC prosecutorial authority.
Yeah.
No government of Nigeria have given the LACC the ability to prosecute corrupt officials on the new. They don't have a good justice ministry. That we can recruit them and vet people that will preside over that prosecution through members of civil society. The president will not appoint his cronies and friends in that process. So this is an expression of goodwill. This is quite transformative. And these are some of the things our folks don't want you to hear about. President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, who they view as one of the most maybe learned, quote unquote, leader or democratic leader who lives in the West and all of that. Didn't venture with that. Neither did any of our previous leaders before, because they wanted to have a degree of control over the people that are supposedly supposed to prosecute officials who were charged with corruption. So these are the kind of the transformation happening under President Weah. For instance, he removed the age-old law that will automatically just put people in jail just because they wrote something negatively in the press. That they will call it sedition. And that was an age-old law that had been on the book from the days of, CDB King and all of those different leaders. That they would just grab journalists, charge them with criminal, the lawyers will know the different terminology, but there was criminal prosecution for people who would otherwise write something that was quite critical of the government. The president came to power. In his first year, he tried to remove that. He succeeded in removing it, and it was passed by the national legislature the following year. This shows you the intent and all of that. These are the different stories we want to sell. That's why the WEAH intellectual movement came about. We want to talk about the housing units, the hundreds of housing units being built across the country. Previously, when housing units were built, the estates that we had, the Matadi estate, the Banaze estate, those estates were given to people in the middle class.
Right.
People who literally have money.
Absolutely. He's breaking up. Minister Boyka for fun.
I'm here.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, you are breaking up. Go ahead.
So this time when they build housing units, they give it to poor people. The president built at the Invincible Park and built dozens of units right near the Invincible Park. He gave it to poor people. We intend to build 100 housing units in each of the county. Each of the housing units going to be given to poor people. So just ordinary families. They don't have to have money. They don't have to pay money beforehand and all of that. In addition to the hundreds of kilometers of roads. So this is the story of folks who occupy the leadership of this country for more than 175 or 70 years. They don't want us to talk about.
No.
And that's what we're committed to doing. So if you're a supporter of the president, you believe in this, hearing the lies about the Liberian leader, the lies about the men who came from the slum, people who have lived in different squalid conditions, Western Nukuta, and all other different places, enough to win a contract and become a millionaire, but still use his time days and came back to Liberia. Fighters and Mr. Almost in Atlanta having fun. This man used his time, came to Liberia, this time you celebrate for President 2005. Something happened. We always talk about whether or not it's or what. He even won the president in 2017. This, the establishment, the political establishment, have get up against. They want to remove because they feel like he's not one of them.
Yeah.
That's what they're doing. That's why you hear all the lies. And that's why we have united together against the WEAH intellectual movement. That's why we're asking for your support.
Thank you very much, Minister Fofana, Boyka Fofana there. Folks, if you just joined us here, we are in conversation with WIM, the WEAH intellectual movement, Minister Boyka Fofana from the Ministry of Information, Councillor Kanio Barbala, and of course, Mr. Jacob Jala, very, very astute gentleman here. All this conversation is centered around sustainability. How do they sustain themselves to go out there? We heard from Jerome Gayman talking about Hector Mulba there, the president for the Rural Radio Network, is saying these guys are not out there to talk to the people. The message is not reaching outside of Monrovia or outside of Monserrato. How do they get to the rural parts? Okay, we have our first donor for this rally, this fundraiser on here tonight. And let's give it up for Miss Sophie Blamo, always out of the first or one of the first whenever we do such thing. Sophie Blamo from Ohio just sent a Zelle for $50. If you want to donate, you can use the Zelle or Cash App and to use the number 313-957-9702. That's 313-957-9702. Let's show these gentlemen and ladies from this group that are all working towards making sure that our President WEAH gets a first one-round victory. Let's ensure that they are
Mr.
sustainable. Yeah, yeah. Bala, go ahead.
Mr. Gilman, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Go ahead.
You know, as you're speaking and just now, can you hear me?
Loud and clear. Go ahead.
And I hear that Madam Sophie Blamo has made a donation of $50.
Yeah.
I am so very happy because I know that in the US people work hard for their money.
Absolutely.
And every single cent or dime or dollar that they contribute or that they give of is a representation of how hard that they have worked. Those of us who are on this platform today and are seeking their support are people who have also worked very hard to be where we are, but to also support this president. Look, my friend and brother, Mr. Aaron, we are people don't know how far we have trusted this president and that we are so proud to see what he is doing and what we know he will do in his second term to consolidate development in Liberia. In 2005, Aaron WEAH, who is now speaking on radio, he works for an international organization, he's not employed by government, he's using his time. And I, amongst thousands of other young people, march across this country for this president because we know what he represented to our country, what he did for our country. When people who now want to lead this country, who claim they have the so-called 40 years experience of leadership or having led international corporate entities in other places, we couldn't see them, we couldn't hear them, they couldn't do anything for this country.
Right.
That is when George WEAH stood up and became visibly known for helping this country. That's when we started to support President WEAH. We are in this thing and we must put our time, our energy, and our money where our mouth is.
Absolutely.
We cannot claim to support change in this country and we're in the diaspora and there are things we want to happen here for the diaspora. Look, I am one of those who believe that the Liberian diaspora should be able to vote in this country. Eventually it should happen.
Yeah.
But for it to happen means we must take a more central role about the things we believe in this country. And I think things like this are the first step towards doing that. We must make sure that the message of development under President WEAH, look, let me tell you something. When we were talking about a first round victory, and somebody asked me the other day when I appeared on the ELBC, and they said, it hasn't happened in a long time. So why are you guys talking about first round victory?
But that does that mean it can't happen?
But that's what I'm telling you. Statistically, it is easily possible.
Yeah.
Statistically, the mighty coalition for democratic change that President WEAH leads will easily get over 35% of the vote by itself, not even through the coalition.
Correct.
Easily. Undecided voters that are populated mostly by first-time voters and people who are entering university constitute another 30%. 65% of the vote, excluding the noisy detractors in the opposition who are 12 years, they very little, that we have outclassed at every level, have the other remainder. I ask the question. I say, in that 30% undecided voters, right?
Right.
Mostly first-time voters who has touched their lives directly more than His Excellency Dr. George WEAH.
Correct.
This is the president who for the last 6 years when he came to power has paid the WREH fees of over 200,000 students at a cost of $20 million for the first time in the history of the country since 1847.
Yeah.
And I challenge any other person to say otherwise. The people going to university in the last 6 years, it is the first time in the history of this country that this president came to power and said that university education at public entities will be tuition free.
Correct.
And they're happy. Never happy before. It did not just happen in Monterey County. These proclamations and policy decisions were effected in the 15 counties of Liberia. You think who these people are going to vote for? Who has touched them directly through policy?
Yeah.
No one. No other aspirant who comes close has done this. We'll win on the first round. We'll win because this message will be told everywhere. And that's why the support from the diaspora is important.
It's important.
It's very instrumental.
Very necessary.
They need to know. They need to know what has obtained in this country. They need to know the actual truth. Not what paid propagandists have given them. Not what paid information in newspapers have given them.
Right.
Not what paid people who lobby people in the US to write nasty articles about this country and our president has given them, but the true voices from the grassroots. Those are who live here every day and know what has changed. First time in the history of the country, we have a dialysis center at JFK. Never happened since 1847. President, we have put it there. Can you still hear me clearly?
We got the first oxygen
never happened
tank.
before.
Never.
First time in the history of this country since 1847 that we have an oxygen plant and another oxygen plant is going on. People used to die in this country because we couldn't get oxygen. We had to import it. Happy under President WEAH.
Councilor Gbala, let's pay for your time on here and for you to travel the country, okay? Let's
you know, I'm so passionate about this. I'm so passionate.
Let's announce some donors here. Well, I say let's pay for your travel around the country. The people that are sending in money as you are speaking. So let's recognize them, and then you can include them as well. Any one of you, Jala, or Fofana, or you. Let's say thanks to Mr. Jerome Gayman that is on set with me here tonight. Just sent on the Zelle app $100. He celebrates his 30th anniversary today with his darling wife. Last night we played him the song "You Will Never Find a Man Like Me," right? Congratulations to you there, Jerome Gayman. And again, say congratulations to your wife. Also, my daughter from South Dakota, Nina Kuya. Nina Kuya just sent $30 also to the group here, the WEAH Intellectual Movement. Folks, if you want to make your donations, please use the Zelle or Cash App, the same telephone number, 313-957-9702. This gentleman called. I don't know whether he wants to speak before he makes his donation. We are raising money here tonight. Let's go to Teddy Yankun from Fargo, North Dakota. Yankun, welcome. How you doing?
You can hear the noise in the background. I'm to a working place. But it's very important for me to send a message out there. The fight has started. The lion have moved in the Nima County. Has gone Saturday on Nima TV Limited. My team has made a case for President George WEAH against President Johnson. And this weekend, my team will be on focus on Liberia to make the case again. I'm dealing with the young people in Nima County, a brilliant university students from Nima County, so I started to work with me. It mostly started because of what President George WEAH have done. They are there to defend the integrity of Nima County. So, as I'm speaking to you, I've been doing all by myself, using my resources, and established an office in Nima County. This office is establishing. It's based on my resources. Despite my present situation, you can say make it to all. But I will not look and forgo President WEAH. They last me a few months from now and forgo the importance of President WEAH of Liberia. I will do everything possible to make sure my auxiliary will be the most active leader response auxiliary in Nima County. I'm moving into Nima County already, and I have people working with me. And now, in the Toby, Burma's belts, in those two places, I'll be establishing the largest auxiliary there. I have a team already on ground. My man, Brooks Stoker, my friend and brother, he's working with others, with my farm workers, transforming into auxiliary. But the more exciting one is Lima County. A few days from now, Freedom Radio, all the stations, my team has started the fiercest battle in Lima County already. Right after the boys are leaving the studio.
I think Teddy, I think you want to pay for airtime. You want a separate show.
Of course, sure.
You want a separate show.
Let me get land and go right back to work. Right after, I just want to make that announcement because I'm care for of my boys. My boys, right after will come from second period, they're reporting them to their fathers and their grandparents and in the villages. Tell your children to slow down. I'm dealing with brilliant, my chairman for administration, Henry Gado Goye, and others. I have my chairman for operations, moving in the rural area. So I hope Eugene number is listening to me. I need resources. I tell you, I started the fierce battle, the end auxiliary in rural country right now. So they need to pay attention to me. And more to happen before these elections. I'll be establishing auxiliaries around the country, all over, to make sure personally we are where and get the vote. Thank you very much. But we'll talk next time. I'll bring my team on GILACK, people airtime whatsoever. But I want to make sure Prince Johnson will be on Saturday.
Are you making any donation to the group?
Well, I need people to start making donations to me too now. Yes, on the same.
All right, thank you.
I'm struggling, and I need a pickup from using number to make my boss move in the rural area. Thank you.
Thank you, Teddy Yanko. Yeah.
If Mr. Yanko is listening, why don't he join this team so they can coordinate and get bigger?
And then he can be.
Then everybody doing it in packets here and there. Now that you have cells in Lima County, it would behoove you and us all if you could now connect with Councilor Bala, Mr. Fofana, Jala, and your coordinate. In this way, we can all now be a big family and do one fundraiser that goes to, I'm a part of the Republican CPAC here, so I know how it works. If you guys want to do it separately that we're doing, it will not be as effective as these gentlemen are trying to do.
Correct.
So, Mr. Yanko, I think you need to reach out to Mr. Gilman, and he needs to put you in touch with Mr. Bala. You need to coordinate so we can go as a serious and solid force as opposed to everybody doing their individual thing.
Right. Thank you very much, Jerome Gayman.
If we don't have a caller on the line.
Yeah, no, go ahead. We don't. I wanted to announce people that are funding your business here tonight. Let me announce a few more.
No, that is important.
Yeah.
Let's announce them first.
Okay. Thank you very much. Again, folks, this is a special edition of the show. Here we are playing host to WEAH Intellectual Movement, WIM for short. Councilor Kandio Bala is on set with us, Minister Boykai Fofana and Mr. Jacob Jala. Three distinguished gentlemen from the nation's capital here tonight, taking time away from their family and friends on the eve of July 26th, Independence Day celebration. 176 years since 1847. All right. Thanks there to the latest donors that just came in. Says Makula Musu Dennis from New York on the Cash App. She sent $20. And Miss Sarah Dopo from Delaware sent $50. We are claiming the Jacob ladder. Hopefully we don't get to come down. If you want to send your donations, I saw somebody were requesting if you want to pay in Liberia, maybe one of the guys here would tell us if there's a Liberian number, mobile money number that you can send to. Yambia Gibson Zia, the number to send to in the States or in the diaspora here, Zelle, using Zelle or Cash App is 313 957-9702. That number has been posted many times. And for those of you in Liberia that would like to make a donation to the group, Spencer Dia, that was Spencer Dia. How do we donate from Liberia, Mr. Gilman? Spencer, if you want to donate to the group, we're going to bring them on. They're going to let us know if there is a Liberian number that you can donate to. Okay. Let's go back to the gentleman here. Mr. Bala.
Yes, Mr. Gilman, are you there?
Yeah.
I was going to speak.
All right, go ahead. Uda Jala?
Fofana.
Fofana, yeah, Baka, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I would love my colleagues to speak, but I also just wanted to firstly thank all of those supporters who've, lend their support to us. We solicit more support, but we appreciate every little support we've received so far. Maybe during the course of the conversation, there might be more people that will feel.
Absolutely, we are breaking in to bring you more donors, and when you finish, we're gonna bring more again.
Yeah. So I wanted to let them know that a one-round victory is possible. So, with their support, we can achieve it. We just need to increase the level of information dissemination. That is exactly what the WEAH intellectual movement is going to be doing. There is an information I wanted to send out that in the last election, the election before we started having the second round, was the election in 1997.
Yeah.
That election was won by Charles Taylor.
First round. Yeah.
First round. I don't know whether there were any other elections before. But Gilman, you better run for a while, so maybe you can enlighten us.
The Samuel do election.
Did they go to the second round?
No, that was one round. 1985 was one round. He said, give her you been around. Now Jerome came up been around more than me.
The only reason we had elections in 2005 go to second round was because we had a phenomenon in the opposition community.
Yeah.
A phenomenon in the opposition community. So popular, very popular with ordinary people, that pushed every politician to a second round. And that phenomenon was George WEAH. He was there in 2005. He was there in some way, shape, or form in 2011. He was again there in 2017. Because of the level of popularity, his grassroots appeal, and all of that, pushed all of the different candidates to second round.
Correct.
But guess what? That person now is the president. He is the incumbent. There are advantages that come with incumbency. Plus the fact that other major figures aren't there anymore.
No.
Charles Bromskin, unfortunately, has passed. Prince Johnson is now running for president.
No.
So we can get this thing on the first round.
Absolutely.
We have a ground game, a ground swell that is happening in Nimba as we speak.
And Lofa.
Folks had thought that with the announcement of Jeremiah Kuhn, it would have led to a lot of enthusiasm amongst the Nimbayans and all of that. But then they went to Nimba and realized that it didn't bring as much support.
No.
It hasn't garnered as much support as they had thought. Unfortunately, the Nimbayans are favoring two things. One is
line is breaking up there.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, Bala. Yeah.
Okay, so I can jump in there. Is Boyka going off the line?
He's on, but I think he's just breaking in. He's on, but he probably jump in. Go right ahead. Go right ahead.
Okay. So I mean, on the tail end of what Boyka was saying. Are you there?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. You have the time and the floor.
Yeah, because I just want to make sure that we're coming in clear. And again, to continue to thank everyone for what they are giving, those who have contributed. Look, nothing is small. In the process of supporting your ideas, one of the things I always say to people is the power of numbers. The power of numbers is that it's not about having 5 person give $1,000. It's about having 10,000 person give $1.
Yeah.
$1. Because 5,000 person, how many you get 5 person to give 5,000 easily? No. But 10,000 persons who are rallied around a genuine idea for change can get $1 or $5. And that is what we are begging our people to do. We are going against people who want to be president and they are millionaires. It's not hiding.
No, it's not.
They said that they are millionaires. But do you know what they use their millions to do? They use their millions to recruit companies in America to lobby against President WEAH in order to impede the progress of this country. That is what they use their millions to do. They are now in America as we speak, going from Congress to other places, lobbying against this country.
Against the country, correct.
When they could be here in Liberia, lobbying for poor people to get better education, like President WEAH has done by making education at public university free. They could be here lobbying their friends abroad for health, like President WEAH has done by building a 14 military hospital.
Correct.
By in Bagibi County, by building the Emirates Hospital in Bapolu, by finishing the 150-bedroom hospital in Grand General County as we speak, by finishing the Bedia Hospital in Riverside. Yet they are in foreign capitals as we speak right now, lobbying people against our country
and people.
Every single dollar you give, it can be fat. No money is small. Nobody should think that you need to give 1,000. When I wake up in the morning, when I take my $20, I put it in my car, and I drive to a radio station and my own contribution I give to President WEAH.
Correct.
Something that I gas. When I take $10, I put it on my phone and I call on the radio station. That is my contribution to making President WEAH to be president. My $10. Everything counts. And like Mr. Gilman said earlier, not you, the other Gilman.
Yeah.
About going into the interior of the country. We have to go. There's a whole community radio network that we talk to, sporadically, that we need to continue to talk to. Every dime helps us. And that's why, even when somebody was asking, they say, if we are in Liberia and we want to contribute, how do we do it? Do it mobile money. We have a treasurer, he's now online now. And also, we want to ensure that money come. I've shared with you both my Orange and Lone Star numbers.
Yeah, I'm about to
announce it. You can send your donation. Yes, please announce it.
Yeah.
Send a message. When you send money, say, we are intellectual movement. If you're in Liberia or you're using, because I know people abroad, even World Remit or even SendWave can do direct mobile money transfers. So help us to do this. And we will record every time you send. We'll make sure we publicize your name. We'll do a report. You'll see your name there, what you send to us. And we'll tell you how we spend it. What it is doing for us. So in order to take the message forward, it's so important. is so important because we are going against people who have millions. And President WEAH is not somebody who will take the government money to run campaign. Don't let them lie to you. He will run on his record, and we've said it. It will be President WEAH record that will win this election. We'll challenge all of them. You've been in office 40 years. Show us what you have achieved in 40 years. Let's show you what President WEAH has achieved
in 5
in 6 years. Let's compare it.
Yeah.
Let's compare it. And that's where we are. I don't know, is Borga back?
Fofana, he didn't leave. I think his line is having a problem. But let me announce a few donors that came in, and then we're gonna announce the number for Liberia. First, let's do the numbers for Liberia. If you want to send or support this group from Liberia, you want to use the phone number here, Lone Star 0886 528 619. I will type it out and put it on there for you. That's 0886 528 619, and include for WIM, WIM. Also, if you are on the Orange mobile money, you want to use 0770 528 619. That's 0770 528 619. It's the same number, but just the Lone Star and the Orange component just change. All right. You can send you can send Liberian dollar, you can send US dollar, whatever you can do. Okay, put your money where your mouth is. And like Councilor Akbala said, we want 10,000 people to donate $1 a piece, because we can't get 100 people to donate $10,000 a piece, right? Voila.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So the more people that can donate the smallest amounts, the better it is, because after all, numbers matter. Okay, numbers in elections matter. So if we get 20,000 people to donate $1, $2, is better than 100 people donating $100 a piece. We got only 100 people, but if we get 20,000 people, 20,000 people putting that money to where the mouth is, it moves the needle. Monka J, yeah, let me announce these donors quickly. Monka J, that's the WEAH intellectual movement. The WEAH intellectual movement that support President WEAH re-election bid. Okay. Some are within the government, some are outside of government, but they've all come together to put this group together. If you want to call to make your donation, you can do that too, so that we hear your voice and say why you are supporting this group or why you are supporting President WEAH. Let's say thank you to Comfort Mamite from Minnesota. Comfort Mamite on the Cash App sent us here $40 from Comfort Mamite. William Hoff also sent $30 on the Cash App. And Young Bill Gibson Zia sent $75 also on the Cash App. Okay, the Cash App number here, Zelle and Cash App number here is 313-957-9702. That's 313-957-9702. Jerome Gilman, take it away.
Yeah, it's a question to you, Mr. Gilman.
Yeah.
Obviously, I understand CPACs and I know how it works. Is this a one-time thing, or do you need repeat donors until the election, October 10th? Is this thing going to continue? Those who are not tuned in today but want to do something tomorrow or the day after tomorrow, is there a possibility for them?
Say that again.
For those those who may want to donate tomorrow or Friday or Saturday or next week, I know this thing goes all the way to election day.
And
is this a one-time thing here, or is a standing?
For tonight, they're gonna come back for tonight. Okay. Tonight is one time. But if somebody listen to this and send any donation, please indicate for WRM. Other than that, it goes to CLN. Yeah, but tonight is a one-time thing. We got more donations that came in as we were speaking, brother gay man and the single gentleman here. Jemima Taylor just sent $20. We gotta stop playing music behind anything else. And Matilda Stevens, $25 from Matilda Stevens. Charlotte Flomo, $20 from Charlotte Flomo. Austin Sampson, $30 from Austin Sampson. Brother Sla, did you send to Cash App or Zelle? It's not here with me yet. Steven Sla said he sent $30. He usually does on Zelle, but I have not received it yet. All right, you want to check it out, Mr. Sla, Steven Sla. Yeah. Jala, you there? Bala.
I'm here, and I'm so encouraged and happy to see that people are giving what they have worked for so hard in the U.S. to the process of helping President WEAH to be president again, because it is good for our country.
Yeah.
It is very good for our country. And I can say to them that you are, by giving, you are getting a voice in terms of the things that this government needs to do. We are going to publicize your donation. We are going to ensure that the public, especially even President WEAH, knows that people like you in the US believe in him and are prepared to put your money behind what he is doing in this country. We will continue to sit on Jide Talk to talk to our people. So you don't just read things in all of those places that are bought by these millionaires who spend their time in America lobbying just to bring bad things to this country. We'll sit there and talk about it. For example, every time I think about the fact that it is 100% we have the first dialysis machine center at JFK that can treat kidney problems since 1847. If President WEAH had not done anything else, this is sufficient for me to vote for him again. 1847, 20, that President WEAH decided to name on behalf of former President Sirleaf.
Former President Sirleaf, yeah.
Yes, he did that because he's a good man. He's a good man. And he holds no malice for anybody. First oxygen plant, people dying because we get oxygen in our hospitals, was built under this president since 1847.
Right.
These are things that never happened before. Because he made tuition free, 10,000 additional people are in university today. They happened 6 years ago. This man that they claim is not an intellectual like them. Build more roads in the last 5 years. An additional 500 kilometers. We inherited 745. We're taking it to 135 in 6 years. Double the amount they built in 12 years under President WEAH. And the records are there. There's just so many things that have happened in this country that they've chosen to continue to lie and lie and lie so that people in the diaspora cannot hear. That's why people are like, oh, look, I resigned from government. Not because I was pushed. As I stand today, I can still be in government taking the pay that I could have been taking. But I said I will resign and I will campaign for President WEAH. Because the information must be told. And that's why we are happy that people in the diaspora are supporting President WEAH. Very happy. I don't know if Baga is still there.
No, it's not here.
You are a one-man army. You're doing a great job.
Oh, and this thing is going on. And you know, somebody asked a question. Because, look, I've armed myself with the facts. And somebody asked a question. Look, we started this thing. And we will not rest until October. When it will not be a surprise to some of us, but it will be a surprise to some of them. Because President WEAH will win on the first ballot. And mark my words, big brother, as I'm saying this to you, mark these words.
Right.
Honorable Len Eugene Nangwe, who is campaign manager, said this, and I believe him. He said, President WEAH is a person that reaches across multiple aspects of Liberian society. He's not a one-form person. Today, there is the CDC that look up to President WEAH. There are a group of people who call themselves WEAHians. They say we are not CDCians. We are not against the CDC, but we are for President WEAH. They come from every party you can think about. There are auxiliaries. One group called the Pakus for WEAH. You don't want to know what they say was somebody like Paku, right? Paku for WEAH. These are the older heads who say they are not part of any party, but they support the president. They call themselves Baku for WEAH, older guys for WEAH. Then we have the daughters for WEAH. These are first-time voters. Unlike me and others who know President WEAH, because when he became a celebrity and a philanthropist and helped people during the war in other places around Africa who know him, they don't know him like that.
No.
But they know him because he paid their WEAH fee. 6 years he paid their WEAH fee. These are young women who are between the ages of 18 to 25 maximum. They call themselves the daughters of WEAH. And they are here, they are growing, they are campaigning for President WEAH. The WEAH intellectual movement where we come from is growing across. People are asking us, look, we always wanted an entry point to support the president. How can we support him? This movement seems like the best place for us to come. And they are trooping in. So, when we are talking about a first round victory, we know that the votes, the new votes, they relate more to President WEAH. I asked some of the young people who came to me and said, we want to join you all to support President WEAH. I said, why are you supporting President WEAH? People lie. They say the last thank you ceremony that we had, that the government gave $20 to everybody who went there. If you calculate the amount of people who went there,
yeah,
then I don't know what it is. Yeah, that the money that the government had decided to waste so people could come outside. But I laughed at them because I laugh because the same reasons why President WEAH is president today are the same reasons they bring back. Because they think the people are stupid. They think ordinary people who support a popular president who care for them, they do it because they get a chicken change. Because some of them believe that they can be bought to support people.
Yeah.
It's the same reason ordinary people are being bought to support people. And when you spit in the faces of the ordinary people, they will reward you. We see many political actors come to prominence by sharing money around election day. We know what the people do to them, they punish them. But the WEAH is not one of them. That's why we are fundraising. That's why we are asking. The diaspora, for me particularly, I have family all in the diaspora. And I've been privileged to travel to the diaspora, especially the US, many times, study there, be there, though I don't live there, but I know the issues that are out there. Our people are connected to this country. They love this country. They want policies that will create the avenue for them to be a part of decision making, positive decision making in this country. If we don't put our money where our mouth is and make sure that a president who believes in the things that we believe in is elected, we are going to have serious problems. People who come and just spend time here, don't care about this country, now want to be president. Have no connections to what has happened here, supported no one here want to be president. Who spent 40 years at the echelons of power, did nothing, want to be president, and in America now, as we speak, looking for money.
Wow.
Let us document our support to this president. And let us make this a one-round victory, just as we know that is what it is going to be.
Excellent, excellent. Jacob, Jala, Mr. Jala, you want to come in as I do the list here? The list is growing. The donor list is growing. And folks, please send your donations in to 313-957-9702. 313-957-9702 to the WEAH Intellectual Movement. We are doing a one-day fundraiser here to help them patrol the counties, taking the message to the people. You want them go out there. How do they get out there to the people? You know, they say, if you like what they are doing, support them. Right?
Mr. Gilman,
Yeah.
before you go to the list, Mr. Bala, I'm from Grand Bassa County, and I know very well that the people in Buchanan are listening to you, but I was born in District Number 3, where most of the folks do not speak English, but they do listen to the rural radio.
So how will Basanga Finley go down there to campaign?
When he go to talk to my uncle and my grandparents, he carried an interpreter. So the question is, Basanga, how do you know what this interpreter is saying is what you have said to him?
Right.
So that's the conundrum. So what we have to say here is,
yeah.
Basanga Finley may just have a Sinisha as his interpreter. So everything Basanga is the opposite. Rural radio is very important to my heart because every time I was in the interior, when it comes to 6 p.m., all the folks in the village they would surround the radio to listen to the news, listen to what's happening. So it's the only window to the outside world. So it is very important that we reach out to these folks. And that's the same thing, I think, Michael, you grew up in Swedru.
Absolutely.
So you are quite familiar with what happened in Grangita and the surrounding areas. Same with the folks in Nimba County. We need to coordinate. We don't need to be lone wolves everywhere. If you have an organization or cell on the ground that is working, get in touch with Mr. Barbara movement. You can coordinate. It would make it easier. You understand your terrain. You know your territory. You know the folks. So all you need is to coordinate with these gentlemen, and you can come up with a talking point. It makes it easier. Like he said, if we're going to do this, we don't want to do this at the expense or dependent on government. That is not what this is all about. Government budget was set where July last year that they are working on. So you can't go back into the budget to put money in. That budget is cast in stone. So what we are saying here is, Those of us who say we love our government, everywhere you go, you are beating your chest. You are a sedition. We're going to win this thing. We can't just talk the talk. We have to walk the walk.
We have to walk the walk.
Whether it's $10, $20, $50, $100. If you got $1 million, I am appealing to Mr. Cummings to come and join us and give us some money, because at least 2050 or 2060, we may look at him favorably.
Maybe.
2060.
2060.
So, yeah, I know some of us will not be around by then.
How old will be your wedding that time?
Maybe 35. So, all the opposition, but let me say this real quick before I close. Mr. Gilman, I was listening to an opposition television station last night, and this is one of the ardent haters of President WEAH and the cities in the pro government. Last night, the gentleman said, based on my conversation with folks on the ground in all 15 counties, he said, I was bent on believing that we could defeat this man. He said, but from what I'm seeing, I want to say here that I'm taking back my word by saying we were going to defeat George WEAH.
Yeah.
He says, as I've seen it now, it has tilted towards President WEAH being elected. He said, up to now, I believe it's up to 55% solid. This is an opposition.
Opposition, yeah.
So this tells me that those of us who have promulgated the president's message, the pro-poll, now we have the gentlemen on the ground, gentlemen and ladies on the ground, have taken the bull by the horn. Let us rally around them, give what we have, support them, make our cause back home in your regular dialects, languages. If you can help, do that. But the point of action here, the nucleus of this, the brain, is the WEAH intellectual movement. So you can, wherever you are, if you have a small group, call Mr. Gilman, call Mr. Wala, get connected. That's the power source. Get connected.
Get connected, right? And talking about the brain behind the group, you heard Bwaka Fofana and Kanyo Barbara talked about Minister Isaac Doe from the Ministry of Youth and Sports being the brain, the mastermind behind it. Minister Doe have just joined the platform from Monrovia. Minister Doe, welcome to you there. How you doing, sir?
I'm fine, my brother. Thank you. Nice talking to you again.
No doubt. Yeah. You're good. You're good.
Thank you for the invite.
No doubt. You're good. You're good. Yeah. Everybody said you are the brain behind WIM. We are intellectual movement. How did it dawn on you?
Well, yeah, sure, my brother. Thank you. And it is a good thing to be the chief architect of something, but it is also another thing to have people who also share the same vision as you.
Yeah.
So that thing that you had the vision for can be successful. You know, we've been here for a while. We have seen this president done a lot. But from the other side, we will see our friends distorting the real facts of things that the president keep on doing.
Right.
And we've had instances of some 16 billion, we've had instances of 25 millions. All of those things were lies. And we all knew, and those who were even having such propaganda out knew they were all lies. But they kept on telling it anyways. So I kept thinking, listen, we have some of the brightest of people in our government.
Correct.
In our party.
Correct.
But what we don't have is how we can have one voice together as a team. There are a lot of other positive things we can do. But one of the places where I thought we had a big deficiency that we needed an enhanced process was the issue of information. I know Mika and other folks have been doing pretty well under difficult circumstances, but we thought there needed to be something to augment that.
Right.
It was on that basis I thought to reach out to people who have shown over time that they have the capacity and the ability to change the political discourse. It was on that basis I reached out to PENNUE, reached out to or the chairman now, or Fufana, Wilfred Bangura, Jacob Jala, and the rest of the folks. They all bought the idea and thought it was a good thing because we needed to stand firm.
Right.
Where it will always go against those misinformation, correct the actual facts, and ensure the Liberian people know what is opinion. And so I'm proud to be the person behind the creation of the WEAH intellectual movement. And I'm also proud to have very strong men join forces and women that today we are where we are. And we will not stop. We will continue pushing until this country continue to enjoy the successes it is enjoying.
No doubt. Thank you there for that input. I mean, you could not have said it better, and the dream could not have been a greater one. But folks, again, that was Isaac Doe, the brain behind the formation of WEAH Intellectual Movement, in a special edition of our program here, as well as a fundraiser for the movement activities, to be able to go around the country to spread the good news, ensuring that President WEAH gets a first round victory. Okay, so we got quite a number of donations that have come through from a number of people here tonight. You can send your donations as we read out this list. I think we gotta do some kind of music sale. Eh? Yeah. This is for some. Yeah. Enough for some. Yeah. If for other, enough for some. Now order that's some now order now order that's some now order
I will be coming to you shortly to ask you to renew for a second time the mandate that you gave me 6 years ago.
We said we want rules. We were Japanese rules. We want the hospitals. We were Japanese hospitals.
Okay, we got donations coming in from Matilda Stevens on the Cash App, $25. Also, Charlotte Flummer, $20 from Charlotte Flummer. Brown Dia sent in $25 on the Cash App. Austin Sampson, $30 from Austin Sampson. Henry Dubois Hill, $15 for Henry Dubois Hill. Robert Tawan, $50 from Robert Tawan. Susan, it's just the name Susan. Susan, $21. Yeah. Alice Covado, $25 from Alice Covado. Miss Gwendolyn Flowers, one of the Concerned Librarian Network Queen, this weekend in Minnesota, is following and made a generous donation here of $40. Gwendolyn Flowers, $40. Big Sister Diamond Breeze Corn, From Kansas City, Missouri. $20 from Diamond Breeze Con. Solomon B. Johnson, the co-chairman on the convention committee from Minnesota. $40, aka Madigo General. Elizabeth Mami Lavla, $25 from Elizabeth Lavla. Comfort Ma Cooper, $20. And Orita Kwa, watching on the YouTube channel from Delaware. Orita Kwa, $50 from Orita Kwa. So far, we got $821. $821. We can do this. We can either get to $1,000 or get to $1,500 right now. We got a few more minutes left in the show here. If you haven't sent yet, please send your donation to 313-957-9702. If you haven't sent yet, you want to send your donation to 313-957-9702. We got a total of 23 donors so far. That's what I've calculated. Maybe while I was reading the list, there were others coming in. But total of 23 donors right now with $821. We can do this. We can either get to $1,000 or get to $1,500. This is GHT and the Concerned Liberian Network. We can do it. We know who we are, right? Can you, Bagbala?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Let the people know why why they should put their money where their mouth is. Why they should support President WEAH. Why they should support this group to get the message out for the Liberian people to vote President WEAH in a one-round victory. Talk to us.
Thank you so much, big brother. And firstly, I need to continue to say thank you to you in particular, because this whole fundraising will not even be happening if it were not because of you. We had a conversation. You listened to what was happening in the country, and you believing and knowing what the president has done in the face of very serious challenges here, especially the way the so-called broke or no people have bad muffin in the diaspora. You said, I can help in my own small way to use my platform so that there is some level of resources available to drive their agenda.
Right.
Big brother will say thank you. No Boykai, all of the other guys. Today is 26 Eve.
26 Eve.
In Liberia. Yes.
Yeah.
26 Eve. And you know, in Liberia, 26 Eve is like the night when everyone's, you know, the older folks now will be doing other things, celebrating, you know, having some time. But we are here with you because we believe very strongly that this is about our country. This is about our future.
Right.
I said about a month ago, and I think I shared this with you, I wrote on Facebook, I said, people think, and when I was speaking about people, particularly those of us who were privileged to work in government, who think that this is about President WEAH's re-election as an individual. And I said to them, I said, no, everybody who President WEAH appointed to a position, this is about our re-election. Because when President WEAH promised the people that he will build markets for market women, and when he went to Douala and saw our mothers selling in that dye across the street in Douala, and he took them from there and built a brand new market for them in Douala, where now they have indoor plumbing, as we say, flush toilet. That is a celebration for the whole government. When President WEAH went to WREH and said, since 1847, just like Douala, these people in WREH cannot be sitting down in a mud in WREH. Year in, year out, 176 years.
Right.
Tomorrow, I will remove them and I will place them in a building, in a concrete structure, in a modern structure with indoor plumbing. He did it, and they are now in Omega. They're now no longer at WREH. That was on behalf of the government. He has done it in multiple counties. When you were building market, people say, oh, what market mean?
Yeah.
You know how many people came to prominence and survived and became educated today because their mothers were ordinary market women selling billabo? That is what President WEAH has done. But when we talk about that, people say no.
The public work minister is an example.
Exactly. Our man was selling in Oro market. You know where they are now?
Yeah.
It is because of President WEAH's instrumentality through Josephine Davis that we have a brand new market in Oro. Concrete structure. Bathroom inside.
Yeah. Warehouse.
That's what President WEAH
warehouse inside
has done. Exactly.
Warehouse inside.
But they don't want us to talk about those things. They don't want us to talk about it. They want to keep lying.
Guess what?
That's why we must put our money where our mouth is. There's a small minority in this country with a lot of resources who think that every time they can just take their money, so few of them, to change the outcome of the people's mandate. And if we don't get to a point as Liberians where we put our money and we support ideas we believe in. Look, since 1847, do you know that it is President WEAH who passed the dual citizenship bill?
Yep. Yep.
All the other people who are talking all these things, they never passed that law. No. President WEAH who passed that law. Let them go check it. It means well for the diaspora. It was President WEAH who passed a drug law recently in our country. When they tried to make it look like that President WEAH making things to be loose, he passed that law since 1847.
Yeah.
Women empowerment. It was President WEAH who said we will champion the amendment of the law to make a 30% quota for women to get elected. Never happened. All the things I'm listing never happened before. It happened under President WEAH.
Yep.
Do our people know these things? But people won't make it look like it is not what it is because they are not in power. And Isaac knows. Look, all of us know that's the rationale. We sat down, we said, look, they may give us opportunity. He ain't got to put money in our pocket directly. But he introduced us to government. And we've seen, we're not saying oil is bread and butter. We're not saying people in Liberia, there are no poor people. Even in America, they got poor people anyway.
Absolutely.
I don't know.
Absolutely.
So the struggle is everywhere. But he campaigned on change. Are they saying no change came to Liberia because of President WEAH? That is patently untrue. A lot of things have changed here.
A lot.
Dramatically so.
A lot.
And that's why this information must go everywhere into the dark. Let people know. Let people know what President WEAH has done. I am one person. I don't see President WEAH every day. I don't talk to him every day. But I know the things that are happening. So it's my responsibility as a patriotic citizen to communicate these things. That's what we're doing. Not because there's any special gain that any one of us, not me, not Boykai, not Jala, not Azedu, not Wilfred Bangura, Safar Gray, Emma Glasgow. The list is so long. Fidel,
it is.
Abednego Kofi. Look, there's just so many of us who are alive in this thing. And we're not looking for glory. We're doing what we have to do. That's what we appreciate the little that people are doing now for us and for President WEAH. Yes, sir.
To piggyback on what you were saying, and I'm going to personalize this because it affected me personally. My younger brother, from the beginning of this political journey in 2004, an ardent supporter of Unity Party, a strong supporter, a diehard supporter of Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. As qualified as that young man was, he worked diligently for the Ellen Johnson campaign and the Ellen Johnson administration behind the scene. For 12 years, a well-credentialed young man. When Mr. Gilman played that song that says, President is for all of us and not for some of us, that song is very deep. That young man, as much as he had done for the Unity Party, because his last name was Gaiman, he was snuffed until 2019, 2020, when he was appointed vice president of the Grand Bassa County University. He cried tears how he has miscalculated, how he had disregarded the history of this country, only to have learned it the hard way when I told him, young man, this government that is being formed is for some of us. It is not for all of us. Today, a qualified young man is in his right place under this administration.
Right.
He is vice president for the Grand Bassa County University for institutional development where he belongs. So when you are talking to me personally. I've experienced, I've never met George WEAH. I don't know who he is, but I have met him through the PPP when I read what I call the Holy Grail of this administration. I was sold. I believe in the PAPD. I believe in the implementations of the PAPD. I go to Liberia every year and I've seen what this man have done in Grand Bassa County because I believe every government, I believe in local government. And what we have done locally through President WEAH instrumentality, it is something else. So yes, I believe what you are saying. This is what I'm encouraging everybody. You are from Nima, you are from Lofa. Don't look too far. And the opposition said it yesterday, said, Omen Boyka sat there and George WEAH made farm in his backyard. He was so upset with his own party. He said they sat there and the man made farm in his own backyard in Lofa, and they are going to harvest.
Right.
This is what the opposition was saying yesterday. He said Joseph Walker allowed President WEAH to make farm
in his backyard.
In Lofa, and President WEAH is about to harvest. So I'm saying this to say to those of us who have benefited somehow, we have to step forth and support the cause. So if you are out there and you love the PAPD and you love what these young folks are doing, and you want to be a part of it, Mr. Gilman has done the best he can. Let's rally around these folks. It's a great idea. It's a political action pack that we can all support. Let's do it. Call in with your 10, 20, $30, whatever you have. Be part of history. Tomorrow when it's written, your name is going to be written on in the history. Mr. Gilman,
absolutely. Thank you very much. And we are nearing the end of this show. We're going to read out the names again, the donors. Brother Stephen Slot, your Zelle donation is not here yet. It is my understanding that Zelle does have a problem. I was able to send a Zelle today. Let's say I tried sending Zelle today, and that transaction is still on hold. Okay, so I called the bank and they said it has nothing to do with the bank, it has to do with Zelle. So if you send your Zelle and I didn't receive it, I might get it in later on, because that's what my bank told me as well. Okay, so Steven Sly, I got you down for $30. Though I have not received it yet, but I got you down for $30. And Aramita Yah from Philadelphia, you said check your Zelle. The same thing goes to you. So please let us know. You can check with me here. How much did you send? Aramita Yah. Let me know how much you sent. I will put your name down with the amount. And if I do receive it, I will send it over to the WIM movement, and let you know as well. Okay. So please let me know. Thank you very much for responding, Brother Sly. You always send Zelle, but I don't know why. I was able to receive 2 Zelle payments tonight from Sophie Blamo and Jerome Gayman, $50 and $100 respectively. Other than that, it's been all cash app. Okay, all cash app has been coming. Uh, Anthony Kofa said he just sent $35. I believe that would be on Cash App. Let me see. No, not Cash App. I didn't get that. I got from Wally Kende. Wally Kende. I got from Wally Kende $15. And Aramita Yah says $20. Okay. Anthony Kofa says Zelle. I have not received it, Kofa. I have not received it. And Winston Logan said he sent Zelle also. I have not received it. So please, let me read the donors' names here and how much we got so far. We are almost within 1,000. Okay, as we stand right now, we are around $937. Let's not send the guys that we're under $1,000. We can do $1,000 here tonight. Okay, so put your mouth where your money is, or put your money where your mouth is. Yeah, yeah. We are just under $1,000. We are at $937. $937. Okay, at least that's cash in the hand. I'm not talking about those Zelle transactions that I have not received yet. No, you can include Steven Sly. You can include Steven Sly because I did calculate his $30. You can include that. Other than that, it's $907. So we can make 1,000. Yeah. Joyce Kofa, your $30 cash app is here. Folonsha Bright Crawford, your $25 cash app is here. And Ruth Newe, your $20 cash app is here also. So we got a total of 30, so far 30 donors, excluding those that sent on Zelle. I have not received yet. We got 30 donors that have sent monies from one top to bottom, not in any particular order, but first come, first serve. Sophie Blamo, $50. Jerome Gayman, $100 on the Zelle app. Both of them. Says Makula Musu Dennis, $20. Sarah Dopo, $50. Comfort Mamite, $40 from Comfort Mamite. William Hoff, William Mass. Did you send you send me a message on WhatsApp? I will look it up. Okay, you can write it there. How much you sent? Comfort Bamite, $40. William Hoff, $30. Young Gibson Zia. Gibson Zia, $75. Jemima Taylor, $20. Matilda Stevens, $25. Matilda Stevens. Anthony Glay is asking for the Cash App number. Let me post it again. If you need a Cash App number, it's 313-957-9702. That's 313-957-9702. And Princess Bay Taylor, how much did you send on Zelle? Let me know, okay? Matilda Stevens, 25. Charlotte Flomo. Charlotte Flomo is $20. Brown Deer, $30 from Brown Deer. Henry Dubon Hill. Henry Dubon Hill is $15. Robert Tawon. Robert Tawon is $50. Susan. Susan, please let me have your last name. $21 from Susan. Alice Covado. Alice Covado is $25. Gwendolyn Flowers, one of our queens for this weekend in Minnesota. Gwendolyn Flowers, $40. Diamond Breeze Corn, $20. And the Princess Bay Taylor said is $25. Okay, I will note that. And the Mass SP Payload from Australia says $50 on MoneyGram. Solomon B. Johnson, aka Madingo General, $40. He's co-chairman for the CLN convention in Minnesota. Elizabeth Lavla, $25 from Elizabeth Lavla. Comfort Man Cooper. Comfort Man Cooper is $20. And the No Soup Boys More Than Palm Butter says he sent $40 by Zelle. Okay. I will look up the Zelle to see whether any changes have happened. But thank you very much. No Soup Boys More Than Palm Butter from Fargo, North Dakota. Orita Qua from Delaware, $50. Ruth Newe. Ruth Newe is $20 from Ruth Newe. Charlotte Weeder. Charlotte Weeder is $21. Charlotte Weeder. Joyce Kofa. Joyce Kofa on the Cash App, $30 from Joyce Kofa, Philadelphia. Salome Weeks. That's my little sister there from Seattle, Washington. Salome Weeks, $20. And my childhood friend, Sam Shaker from Minnesota, said he sent $20 on the Zelle. I will look up the Zelle right now, okay? Folonsho Bright Crawford, the chairman for the CNN convention coming up in Minnesota. Folonsho Bright Crawford, Miss Crawford there, $25 on the Cash App. Ruth Pine. Ruth Pine is one of the contestants. You see, we got the chairman, the co-chair, the members of the convention committee, and queens are all making donations tonight. Ruth Pine, $20. And Steven Sla, $30 on the Zelle app. That has not come through yet, but we are hopeful everything will be clear and we'll receive those monies. Okay. Okay, I just got Steven Sla's donation in from Zelle, and that's the only one that just came in. So it's gonna take time. All right, Zelle does have a problem today, so please bear with us. And when we get the money, we will remit same to the group here. All right. So let's look at the Cash App and see whether any additional came in as we were reading the names. I did announce Joseph Walikende, $15, he said, for the re-election of George Weah. And Beatrice Spear. Beatrice Spear also sent $25 just now on the Cash App. Beatrice Spear, $25. Okay. So for all of you that have sent your donations through Zelle, we will look it up. Hopefully everything comes together before we can remit this money to the group. All right. Let me check for Mass SP Pelu from Australia. Mass sent a $50 MoneyGram from Australia, she said. Okay. So thank you very much, Mr. Bala.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you want to make the case with your closing argument.
Well, I don't know how much time we have left.
The other guys are not here, so we give you all the time.
Thank you. But how much time do we actually have? Then I know how to continue.
We got under 5 minutes.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
So there was something I wanted to say, so I don't forget it, and I will say to all of the folks that are making donations, again, we continue to say thank you. But in addition to making donations, we have established a WhatsApp group of people who are a part of the WEAH intellectual movement. And so therefore my number is there if they are interested,
right,
and have the time beyond, and in addition to making a contribution. My orange number that I shared, I can share now. They can also reach out to you.
Yeah.
And you have my WhatsApp number. They can forward to me. Who can include them in the WhatsApp group.
Right.
So not only will they be making contributions, but they will also be sharing ideas on how we can move, the issues forward. I like the idea, Mr. Gemen, who we talk about reaching out to the leeward counties.
Yeah.
And even though we also have plans and we have started doing that, but it's a welcome idea. So similarly, there could be other people who in part like have donated, but they also will want to be a part of the group and they can contribute their ideas. So we just want to say we welcome that, and they can reach out to you if they want to be a part, and you can forward their information to me.
No doubt.
Beyond that, my closing statement, this is what I will say. I will say that Liberia may not be the Paris of Africa or West Africa.
Please include Josephine Tapper. Josephine Tapper just sent $30 on the Cash App. So I want to put that on the record. Go ahead. Thank you.
Yes. So to close, I will say this. Liberia may not be the Paris of Africa or West Africa. When people who really don't mean well for this country, when they want to criticize our country, they want to compare Liberia with those countries, with France,
right,
with the US. It is not bad to say we want to be like those countries. But what is wrong is ignoring where we were before President WEAH came to leadership. And then 5 years, not even almost 6 years later, they want to make it look like, why we not let those countries, if President WEAH is president? Our people need to be mindful. They need to be aware of these kinds of incitement that only meant to make it look like there is nothing good happening in this country.
Correct.
They made it look before like people were killing people here. The US government wrote their report and said, no, there are no extrajudicial killings in Liberia. That people can criticize the government publicly and privately.
Yeah.
That the government does not harass people who criticize it. Since President WEAH came to power, they made more than 4 demonstrations in excess of 3,000 people. No one has died. There's a man of peace who doesn't care for retribution, who just wants people to live well. And that is our message.
Absolutely.
Our message is any other person who wants to be president, put your CV down. I'm not talking about the one where you go to school and lay around people. I'm talking about your political developmental CV.
Put it down.
Put it down. Let's analyze it. What has been your role in our country? What have you ever done for the Liberian people?
Yeah.
Selfless intervention. Let's put your own down. Let's put President WEAH CV down. And let's compare it. And I bet any one of them, if they beat President WEAH in terms of that CV, will resign from the campaign. But we know it's impossible. Because of money, they never ever thought about this country until they wanted to be president.
Right.
Some of them were involved with leadership for 40 years and did nothing and can point to nothing. So there is no competition. Wow. Ask them when they make those questions. Show me what you in America that how people can make decisions. We compare what you have done against what the other person has done. Tell them, let them, we are writing president, we are CV because he has done these things.
Correct.
Let's compare. And there can be no way anybody will come on top. That's why I would say in party, and that's why I would say to you, thank you so much, senior brother, for all of this support.
No doubt.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it, and we'll continue to forge ahead. We'll continue to check in with you until we win these elections in the first round.
Right, praise it.
We also do appreciate the laundry outside, yes. CDC family. We also do appreciate the laundry outside, yes. CDC family.
Again, thanks to every one of you, especially our guests on here tonight. Technology was a bit of an issue, but we were able to sail through. Thanks to our many, many donors who came through tonight, raising over $1,000 for the WEAH intellectual movement.
We also, people also. We also. No matter what they say, no matter what they do, Liberian people.
Thanks to the chairman for the group, Boyka Fofana, the founding member, Minister Isaac Doe, Councillor Kanio Barbala, Mr. Jacob Jala, and all those that make up the movement. Thanks to our panelists on here tonight, Loan analyst Mr. Jerome Gibman left his celebration, his 30th year celebration with his wife to be with us here tonight.
No matter what they say.
Again, thanks to all of you that made donation through the Zelle app. We'll let you know once they come through in our subsequent special edition broadcast tomorrow, July 26, 2023. We're going to be outside in Minnesota this weekend. Hopefully you get to make it and we get to see one another. You can join us on the radio where the entertainment never stops. Until then, I've been your host and announcer, Michael Gilman, bidding you a pleasant good night.
We also, marketeers also, we also, all the students also, we also, all the Oma also, we also, all the Pape also, we also, Macubajere also, we also, Citizen also, Bakutere also, we also, CDC family. We also do appreciate the laundry outside, yes. CDC family. We also do appreciate the laundry outside, yes. CDC family.